Hello? Are you alive? God, I hope you're alive. I lost my knife hauling you out of that undertow. You better have something nice in that bag of yours. I... Whoa, whoa. Stop screaming. Oh my God, my ears. Look, see? I'm harmless. Ignore the pointy teeth and listen to the words coming out of my mouth. I'm just a hungry bloke looking for a bit of lunch. I mean, you're not lunch. No offense, I'm sure you're ambrosial. I just don't make a habit of eating creatures that can talk. What is it? What are you looking at? Excuse me? No, I'm what happens when you flush your goldfish down the toilet. Of course I'm a fucking merman. Yes, we live in rivers too. I've got family in the Atlantic, though. 2 words, absolutely insufferable. Too much salt on the brain, if you ask me. Makes them want to do nothing but preen on rocks and bother the night divers. Don't get me started on the ones that live in the deep ocean. If you think the sea life down there looks gnarly, just wait until you meet the folk. Oh, they know how to party, though. You haven't lived until you've attended a whale fall. Oh, you always remember your first one. So, anyway, got any food in this thing? Crisps? Maybe some chocolate? I'm sick to death of eating frogs and catfish. Yeah. Oh, hell yes. Beef jerky. Cheers. Even teriyaki flavour. Oh, fuck yeah. So, you're right then? Nothing broken or anything? Aside from looking a bit like a drowned rat. Adorable little drowned rat. Good. You got lucky. For a second I thought that log was going to land right on top of you. Oh, you're welcome. Not every day I get to rescue someone. Although, I wouldn't say no if you wanted to thank me with some more food. What are these? Roasted chickpeas. What the hell's a chickpea? Oh, they're spicy. And is that lime? I like them. Thanks. So, what brought you all the way out here anyway? Rocks. You were carrying around rocks. No wonder that log gave way under you. What on earth possessed you to try and cross that thing anyway? It's a wonder you didn't break your neck. What's so special about agates? You're kidding me. Why would anyone collect a bunch of rocks? They're everywhere. God, you're worse than that silly satyr. I work my fingers to the bone gathering all sorts of trinkets, rings, necklaces, bangles, coins, all the treasures humanity has to offer. And what does he want? Clamshells and murky, boring river glass, so he can make a wind chime. Well, I suppose he compensated me well enough. What are you looking all flustered for? Anyway, yes, this is what I do. When I'm not dredging up the endless piles of fish hooks and lures, beer cans, wrappers and plastic bottles you lot routinely leave strewn around anyway. Sometimes I find something good, or at least something interesting. And today I found you. How about that? Sometimes I don't know what the hell half the shit you lose is for, though. I see you taking pictures with those flat things you carry around. I've collected piles of those, but they're all dead. One time I got one's face to light up, but it didn't last very long. You picked a beautiful day to fall into a river. At least it's warm out. So, what do you do with all those agates once you've got them? Oh, you run a rock shop. That makes sense. So, what, you sell shiny shit to people who can't be bothered to trek out and get them for themselves? Blimey. There's a whole community of you. What was that title you used? Rockhounds? I had no idea you mortals went mad for stuff like that. I thought it was just a satyr. Yeah. I guess I shouldn't talk shit when I'm wearing this much jewellery, huh? Nah, most of us don't really care about lost human junk. Me, though, I'm worse than a magpie. And, well, humans have the best food. I wish they wouldn't drop it in my fucking river, but those shiny pouches that have the hot beef stew inside, that's possibly the best stuff I ever put in my mouth. Well, unless you have anything else in that bag of yours, that is. That'd probably be better right now. Oh, I knew it. Crackers and mustard sardines, nice. Give 'em here. Oh, that's intense. Yes. Here's an awkward question. You do know how to swim, don't you? Because you were kind of embarrassing floundering around like that. I can't even call it cute what you did. Pained me to look at you. You don't know how to swim? Never learned? Why not? Oh, never met anyone who was afraid of water before. That's unfortunate. Well, I hate to break it to you, kid, but you just can't keep falling in bodies of water and expecting handsome mermen to haul you back out again. What if I'm not there next time? Well, I see you have a spare change of clothes in your bag, so let me show you how. Yeah, okay, you know what? Fair. If I were any other creature in a strange river, I might be trying to drown you. That's smart of you. Don't go toddling in just because one of us asked. There's one little thing you're not considering, though. Why would I want to fucking drown you when I just dragged your silly ass back onto land? Come on. I like you too much to drown you. Get in here and let me teach you how to float at least. There aren't any leeches. You'll be able to touch the bottom with your feet. It's all sand and smooth stones. Nothing's gonna jab you. Might be kind of slippery in places where there's algae, but that's all. Just step careful. Nah, you don't have anything to worry about. I won't let anything happen. Promise. There we go. Now keep your gear and your shoes on. Better if you learn how to move in the water while you're wearing them. You know, in case you fall in again. There you go. Here, reach down and grab my hand. It's just a few steps. There. Hi. Good to see your face up close. Yeah, you know, my eyesight isn't the greatest above water. Feeling a bit chilly. You'll get used to it in a minute. Meanwhile, I'm almost warm. Hey, just breathe, okay? Deep breaths, you're alright. I know how terrifying it is, taking that first plunge somewhere unfamiliar. Trust me, you have the hard part finished already. See? Not so bad, is it? Only up to your armpits. Won't get any deeper than this. The current won't sweep you away here. You want to try lying back in the water? You can keep hold of my hand. Yeah, go on. Just let your feet float up, sprawl out, relax your body. More than that, kid, really relax. There we go. I'll keep a hand under your back, and that way you won't sink or tip too far backwards. There you go. Nice. Now, just look up. Pretty, huh? I've lived here for years and I'm still not tired of it. I don't know. I think it's been a decade and some change. Not long. Well, we're born in the ocean. I mean, occasionally we get some frog shit for brains who's born in a lake somewhere and's never seen the ocean before, but they're a little sheltered, you could say. If we can, we always return home when it's time for spawning roe. There are special places for it. Have I spawned? Oh no. 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 Don't plan to. Our bodies change and adapt depending on where we end up. Would you believe my scales used to be a brilliant orange instead of this rusty colour? I really miss it sometimes. Oh, I was gorgeous. Once I spent a couple years in the abyssal zone and woke up one day with bioluminescent freckles. I was sad when those went away after I left. They were fun. Anyway, so, that's how you float. You did it. The secret's not to curl up into a little ball, no matter how much you might want to. The more you spread out, the easier it is. Getting a feel for the water, especially when there's a current like this, that's the bulk of it. Once you figure that out, the rest's like falling off a log. And you know all about that, yeah. Let's try flipping over. Do a roll. Just a little one, onto your belly. I'll keep hold of your arms. Oh, I've got you. There. Yeah, good. Nice. Now, try your back again. Yeah. See? It's not hard at all, is it really? And look, you're even correcting your posture and kicking your legs without thinking about it. You're a natural. Yeah, that's all. That's it. That's swimming. You ready for a break? All right. Get your feet back under you. I hadn't planned on living in a river, no. Sort of embarrassing, to be honest. I didn't leave on my own. I was captured. Ended up in this arsehole vampire's menagerie. I never met him, but he thought it was hilarious to feed me the drained bodies of his victims. That's also all he fed me, so I had no choice. So, when I said earlier that I don't make a habit of eating intelligent beings, that's why. I hated it. Decided after I got out that I'd never do it again. Mostly I was bored out of my mind. He put me in this stupid shallow pool full of lilies and ornamental koi, made me wear skimpy gold chains, told everyone I was an ex-prince he rescued from being eaten in a ritual sacrifice. Oh, I escaped eventually. Made a guard fall in love with me. Wasn't hard. I was still pretty then. He smuggled me out one night. I had to pretend to be ill while he carried me to the infirmary. Gods, that was uncomfortable. But that was just so he could put me on a stretcher, throw a tarp over me, and wheel me out. But enough for that right now. Think you're ready to try going underwater? No? Listen, you keeping your head above water is good, it's great, but you're going to have to go under eventually. Might as well do it here where you're in control. Your parents did what? Who the fuck throws their kid in the deep end of the pool? Nah, all that's going to teach you how to do is lose your goddamn mind in the water. Gods. Sometimes I wonder if the Fae don't have it right abducting you lot when you're little. They're a bunch of fucking weirdos, but you won't find them drowning their sprats. Oh. Okay, so here's the thing. You don't gotta go all the way under if you don't wanna. You've accomplished leagues today. You can absolutely call it now, I won't judge. But the sooner you do, the sooner you'll ditch the feeling that you're gonna die the second you hit the water. You can overcome this. It's up to you. Personally, I think you got this beat. Wicked. Okay, how's your footing? Good and steady? Don't think about it too much or you'll wimp out. 1, 2, 3, go. Whoa, there you go. Fuck yeah. Oh, God, you're brilliant. Yeah, go on. Grab onto me. You did great. You good? You're shaking pretty hard there. Oh, God, yeah, come here. Go on and cry all you like. You've earned it. Won't tell a soul. Hey, proud of you. Come on, let's get you back on the shore. Okay, here you go. Towel, shirt, trousers. Hey, there's a fucking peanut butter bar in here. You been holding out on me, mate? No, you can have it. Now, change your clothes already. You're going to catch pneumonia and expire. I'll turn around. All done. Good. Well, that was exciting. There's no need to thank me. That was all you. Shut up and eat your bar. How'd I get out of the menagerie? Yeah, that's the story. That guard. Turns out I made him love me maybe a little too much, I guess. He got me out of the city into the river, but in the end, he had some trouble letting me go, which was bad for both of us because by then I was having significant trouble breathing. During our little scuffle, he clawed my eye. We fell in the river and I drowned him. I know it's sort of a stereotype that we drown humans. I swear on my life he's the only one. I hated to do it, but I didn't have much of a choice. After that, I swam downstream and hid out in a cave for a while. Got real tired of eating salamanders and those creepy fucking centipedes. Lost a bunch of weight. My eye healed up, and by the time I felt strong enough to head home, I found I just didn't want to. I didn't want to have to revisit all that once I got back and had to explain myself to everyone. So I stayed in my river, and I've been here ever since. I'm probably here for good, if I'm honest. Oh, nah, nobody's missing me. We don't really have close-knit families like you do. We hatch by the thousands and live in big groups. I've 30 or 40 siblings who came out looking just like me. We come and go as we please, so it's not a big deal if somebody disappears. Nobody worries or comes searching. I mean, it's not like I don't miss being home sometimes, but we just don't tend to worry about each other, you know? Besides, they all have their own lives, their own problems. The oceans are fucking massive, more than you could ever know. It'd be easy to lose myself in them, even with everyone else living there. And they're getting hotter and louder and more polluted every day. Sometimes it's a relief to get away from all that, stay curled up here. My river has its problems too, but the worst I typically end up dealing with is some bell end littering. You don't have to feel bad about me. It's comfortable here. There's plenty to do, lots to eat, rocks to sun myself on. Sometimes I even find someone worth spending an afternoon with. Yeah, though it's coming up on evening soon, ain't it? You got a camp somewhere to be getting back to? Don't go just yet. Wait there. Give me a sec. Here. What about this? Careful. It's slippery. You'll have to leave your other rocks here to carry it back, but this one's nice and big, isn't it? Petrified wood, huh? I wouldn't have had any idea if you hadn't told me. I just remembered it had stripes on it like your agates do. Sort of pretty. I never looked very close at these things before. I guess I can see why people might want them. And judging by how your mouth's hanging open, this one's a whopper, huh? I tell you what, come back to this spot sometime soon, bring me more snacks, and I'll call it an even trade. But they gotta be good snacks. Bring chocolate next time. Toodles.